Hi guys, welcome to another video, and we're going to look at the weekly direction. Now, how are you going to determine the weekly direction easily without struggling in the market? And once you cannot identify the weekly direction, you will find it difficult to trade within the week, because if you're able to determine the weekly direction, then it's become easy to trade within the week. So we're going to start with the weekly time frame. And if you're on the weekly time frame, you should do basic things, not things that are very hard. You should be able to use the basic information to know the direction of the weekly time frame. Now, this is what I do. The first thing I do is I determine the weekly structure, that is the direction of the market on the weekly. What is the structure doing on the weekly time frame? So let's leave this. So here we have price has make this high, and we see price created a break of structure here, and we see price created a high here, which is lower high, and then we have a low here that price sweep liquidity and went bullish and refused to close above this high. Then we see price went down, sweep liquidity here, and then we see price close above this high. So what do we have? We see that price is bullish here because we have this sweep of liquidity here and also a candle closure above this high. Now this gives us the current range, which is from this low to this high. So this is the current range. So I was able to use structure, market structure, to determine the current range. We've seen a sweep of liquidity, the candle closure above this high, then we have this current range. So whatever you'll be doing on the weekly, you're going to be doing it within this range. The next thing you're going to do is you pick your Fibonacci and determine the discount and premium level. Here we have our Fibonacci, and we see that this is the midpoint, which is the equilibrium here. So this is the midpoint, and if you can see that price is here to come to the midpoint. So after having your Fibonacci to determine the EQ of the current price range, remember the current price range is this low. Let me mark it, this low to this high. This is the current price range. And we said that price has created a break of structure at this level. So break of structure bullish. Then we need to look at the market in terms of where price at and where price is going. Now price is at premium. It has taken liquidity. We're expecting price to come to the discount level. And at the discount level, we have this particular level, this particular zone here, which we want to see price coming into. Now above the zone here, we have what we call the fair value gap here, and we're expecting price to draw into the fair value gap, that is from internal to external range liquidity. So from external range to internal range liquidity, and external range liquidity to internal range, or internal range liquidity to external range liquidity. So here is the equilibrium, and we want to see price coming into. So currently price is at premium, and we are yet to come into the discount level. So here, this week, we've seen that today's Monday, price went bullish and went down. And we've seen that price has stripped liquidity below previous week low. So this weekly candle has not yet closed. So we don't panic. But what I want to see ultimately price should do is price should come to this internal range liquidity. So we all know that price is bearish on the dollar because this is the dollar index, and you can do the same thing on the chart of any asset. You can do the same thing to determine the weekly direction. So after getting this on the weekly, you should write it that the weekly is what? Weekly is equals to bearish. Then the next thing you're going to do is to go to the daily time frame. What do we have on the daily time frame? So we need to know the direction of the market on the daily time frame, and those directions need to be in sync to really determine the direction of the market on the higher time frame. The higher time frame is the monthly, weekly, daily, and the kind of 4 hours time frame. So let's go to the daily time frame, and on the daily time frame, what do we have? These are the levels we mark on the daily, and we can see have our range from this low to this high is the weekly range we marked. Then we have to look at it from this perspective. If you look at it, this is the daily time frame. We all know that we have a range here. We have low and a high because we have a break of structure here. On the daily time frame, we have BOS here, but we have break of structure and we have a low here. So because of this fair value gap on the weekly, I want to mark this place as the liquidity, that is the liquidity that is protecting this fair value gap and order block here. So because we have this break of structure bullish and also we have this high, this should serve as our liquidity because we have a fair value gap that is being protected by this liquidity here, which is this low. So all I want to see is that I want to see price sweep this low here. Price should sweep this low and make this as the liquidity. So price should come here. So currently we see that price has turned bearish. We have what we call the change in the state of delivery, that is choke here. We have choke at this level. So we have a choke on the daily and we're expecting a break of structure. When we have a candle closure here, we have a break of structure, but we're yet to have our break of structure on the daily because this candle is yet to close. When this candle or the next day candle closes below this low, we know that we have a break of structure and this will be targeted. But currently we have a choke and we're yet to have a break of structure. But we keep on observing the market, even though the break of structure is yet to happen, because choke is not enough for you to determine the direction. We have choke, but we're yet to have a break of structure. So we can see that the price on the daily is still is bearish, but we need to wait for more confirmation. So we have to see, we can see bearish here on the daily. So after determining the daily time frame, we go to the 4 hours time frame, and on the 4 hours time frame, we need to also determine the price range. And if you go to daily, you can go to the daily and activate the price range. So let's put hours here. Let's include hours here. So if you go to 4 hours, you must see the price range here on the 4 hours time frame. And what do we see here? Like I've said, we have our change in the state of delivery. We have this go here, And also we've seen on the 4 hours, we have a break of structure, and we're yet to have another break of structure here. So price is bearish overall. So like I said, this is our draw liquidity. You want to see this, please, shooter. Then how have we been buying? We've been buying because we have zones here, and some of these zones are protected by liquidity. We have this zone here, and it was protected by this liquidity here. So we can mark it to be the liquidity that is protecting the zone here. And also we have price created a change of character here. Sorry, on the 4 hours time frame, we have a change of character at this level. We can mark it as CH. And then we have our break of structure here. And because we have change of character and break of structure, we know that the pullback has started. We have break of structure, and also we have another break of structure. And then we also have another break of structure. And I said, if this break of structure happened here, the daily time frame is going to be bearish on the daily time frame. So we're expecting to see on the daily time frame price close below this level. Then we've seen that each time we buy, there is a liquidity here, there is a liquidity at this level, and then we have our point of interest. So I have been selling, I've been enjoying this market for quite some time. And if you're new here, you want to be part of what we do, I have a telegram link below this video, or in the description of this video. You can locate it and join the telegram group where I send in signals for each trade I'm going to take. And you can also be part of what we are doing. So here we have this. So overall, also the 4 hours is bearish. So you can mark it to be what? Bearish here. You can mark it, and the 4 hours to be what? Bearish. So you see, this is how I determine the market direction. So dollar index is bearish, and because dollar is bearish, we'll be what? We'll be buying foreign currency. So I want to see price coming here, and then we sell to this level. So because of the geopolitical tensions and the war between Israel and US and also Iran, we see that the dollar is weakening. So we'll be expecting more bearish prices. So guys, see you in the next video. Bye.